Pakistan, a land full of wonder and adventure. I was born and raised in America, yet Pakistan has always been a special place to me. The last time I was in Pakistan was January 8th, 2016. It's been 6 years, the longest I've ever been away. But that all changes today as I'm finally going back and doing it in style. Join me on this quick 2-hour journey from Doha to Karachi with Qatar Airways' Boeing 777-300ER in Q Suite business class. In this video, you will not only get a comprehensive review of the world's best business class, but also find out what travel to Pakistan is like these days. I'm very excited for you all to experience this with me, so let's do this. We pick up today's journey at Doha Hamad International Airport in Qatar Airways' Al Murjan Business Class Lounge. But before I give you all a brief lounge tour, let's quickly walk through the transfer process here in Doha. Connecting through Hamad International Airport is very simple. Once you arrive, just follow the signs for transfers and this will lead you to a security checkpoint. Once you're through the checkpoint, you're free to roam around the airport and catch your onward flight. The Al Murjan Business Class Lounge is a magnificent place to be, and we kick off the tour at the upstairs restaurant. Now, when we're talking about the food on offer here, there's lots of it, and I probably won't be able to list it all. If you want a quick bite, you'll find salads, sandwiches, fruits, coffee, and dessert items all laid out for you to grab. Otherwise, there's an a la carte menu, hot food buffet, and even a sushi bar for you to try out. Going downstairs, there's a small quiet area at the end of the lounge that offers some pretty nice views of the ramp. Parked right in front of us is Qatar Airways' FIFA livery 777-300ER, getting ready for a flight to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Throughout the lounge, you'll find places to grab non-alcoholic beverages like water, coffee, and sodas. Perhaps one of the coolest features of the Al Murjan Lounge is the beautiful fountain pool, which is so satisfying to watch. Qatar Airways and all oneworld business class travelers have complimentary access to this lounge. Al Murjan is available to first class as well. However, first class passengers get their own lounge, the Al Safwa Lounge. If you're not a business or first class passenger with Qatar Airways or a oneworld airline, you will have to purchase lounge access. In terms of amenities, the Al Murjan Lounge has shower rooms and a fitness center, both of which I was unfortunately unable to visit. There's a business center, luggage lockers, and another smaller restaurant which you can kind of see at the end of this walkway. The lounge also has 2 prayer rooms, one being for women and the other for men. It's a very peaceful area, located in a separate area of the lounge away from all the noise. On my way back from the prayer room, I took a quick look inside the business center, which, to be honest, is so large that it could definitely be mistaken as another lounge. Overall, the Al Murjan Business Class Lounge is an impressive facility, and it's not hard to see why it's considered the best business class lounge in the world. This was my first time at Hamad International Airport, and needless to say, it's a huge upgrade from the old Doha airport that I visited in 2013. My first order of business was to check out the famous lamp bear. This yellow teddy bear is 23 feet tall, and while it may look soft and cuddly, it's actually made entirely from bronze. As with most major international airports, Hamad International is filled with duty-free shops, souvenir shops, and places to eat, which is good since at least you won't be bored on long layovers here. In addition to food and retail places, iMac workstations are found throughout the airport, along with kids' play areas. Qatar is the wealthiest country in the world, and Hamad International really shows that. Here you can see a Mercedes-Benz Maybach S650, a $200,000 car, just sitting in the middle of the concourse like it's just any regular car. Qatar Airways have quite an impressive route network, and even during the pandemic, they have consistently continued to serve the most destinations worldwide, even adding various new routes as well. One flight on this board that caught my attention was Flight 620 to Lahore, Pakistan. This flight was delayed for 10 hours due to heavy rain, and the delay caused a huge line of frustrated passengers at the customer service desk. This flight ended up departing 15 hours late at 11 a.m. the next day. Luckily, flights to other Pakistani cities are running on time tonight, and our flight QR 604 to Karachi departs from gate B9. Let's quickly discuss what travel documents you need to enter Pakistan at the moment. Firstly, all passengers must obtain a negative COVID RT-PCR test taken less than 48 hours before departing their country of origin. You also have to download the PassTrack application on your mobile device, where you will submit details regarding your flight, passport, and personal information. All information must be submitted to PassTrack less than 48 hours before your scheduled arrival time in Pakistan. Be sure to make note of that. You should also be aware that each passenger with the mobile device is required to download PassTrack and submit their information separately, even if traveling with family. It's really annoying that they make you do that, but that's the way it is. Finally, just be ready to show your passport and any visas or ID cards once you arrive. Our aircraft tonight is parked at a corner gate, therefore I couldn't get any good views of it. Tonight we're flying on board Alpha 7 Bravo Echo Lima, a 4.5-year-old 777-300ER. This aircraft has 354 seats, consisting of 42 in Q-Suite Business and 312 in Economy. Q-Suite Business Class is laid out in a 1-2-1 configuration and is divided across two cabins, with rows 8 through 11 being in a smaller, more private section. My Q-Suite tonight is 8K, a rear-facing seat. In Q-Suite, all rear-facing seats are situated closer to the window. This makes them a little more private than the front-facing seats, as those are closer to the aisle. Each suite comes with a very large in-flight entertainment screen with a small shelf and large tray table underneath. The table is released by pressing a button underneath and pulling outward. Down here is the footwell, which is so large it could also be used as an extra storage compartment. On the window side of the seat is a large armrest that can be raised and lowered to your preference, something I forgot to mention in my previous review. In front and to your right side is a large shelf currently occupied by the bedding and hygiene kit. I was really surprised to see bedding being offered, as this flight is only 2 hours long. Below the shelf is a small nook to place smaller items like menu cards, and then further below that are the seat controls along with the retractable touchscreen remote for in-flight entertainment. Next to the remote are a variety of ports, including power outlets and a headphone jack. All the way at the bottom is a small pocket that houses the safety cards. Immediately to your right side is an adjustable reading light and coat hook. Then all the way at the bottom is a small ottoman which can be used for storage. It also houses a water bottle, air sickness bag, and pair of noise-canceling headphones. Much like the armrest, the ottoman can also be raised and lowered according to your preference. Finally, waiting on your seat is a plush and beautifully decorated pillow.
And our refreshing towel. You also have your menu for today's flight. Over here, you have your personal water bottle inside this compartment and your noise cancellation headset. Okay. Yes?
Before pushback, welcome drinks and refreshing towelettes were distributed. I went for Qatar Airways' signature lemon mint, which I highly recommend. Because this flight is so short, there are no amenity kits provided. As you saw earlier, all passengers receive a basic hygiene kit containing a bottle of hand sanitizer, singular disposable face mask, and pair of disposable gloves. The Oryx One in-flight entertainment system is one of the best out there, offering pretty much anything you could ever want in terms of content. There is a decent in-flight map available, and in terms of entertainment, there are hundreds of shows to choose from. There's a folder dedicated to promoting Qatar and a separate folder for kids' entertainment. You can also read and listen to all 114 chapters of the Holy Quran and connect mobile devices to the system. Finally, there's a dedicated folder with information solely about Qatar Airways. The in-flight entertainment remote is basically a mini entertainment screen. It does everything that the main screen does, but I think it's most useful for displaying the in-flight map while you're enjoying a show on the big screen. The dining experience in Q Suite is truly one of a kind, and it's the small details that especially make the experience memorable. For example, the menu cards are beautifully decorated. They are in both English and Arabic and give very detailed descriptions of everything on offer. All food served on Qatar Airways is halal, well, except for the alcohol, and special meals can also be pre-ordered through your reservation. This applies to economy class as well. Dinner service began 10 minutes after takeoff and started with a cup of warm nuts and choice of drink. Tonight I chose the non-alcoholic apple cooler, which was delicious. I decided to skip the appetizer and instead go straight for the main course. Here we have a bread roll served with butter, metal cutlery, and choice of beverage, which in my case was water. There were 3 choices for the main course, and I chose the coriander-crusted chicken, which was served with rice and makhani sauce. This was a very South Asian-inspired dish that I really enjoyed. Shortly after the main course came dessert, and tonight I chose the cannoli trio. This consisted of key lime, avocado, and vanilla flavors served atop chocolate mousse. As expected, this dessert was fantastic. I also briefly wanted to mention just how awesome the flight attendants were on tonight's flight. Qatar Airways crew are known to be some of the best out there, and this flight was no exception. Tonight's crew were very approachable, friendly, and easy to communicate with. As a matter of fact, while boarding, the lead flight attendant complimented me on my Qatar Airways hat. It was such a nice gesture that she didn't have to do, but she did, and it made me feel like I was truly welcome on board. It's small things like this that really set certain airline crews apart from the rest. This was my second time on board this particular flight, QR604. I took the same flight in 2013, but back then it was operated by the A320. Nowadays, Qatar Airways mainly operate wide-body aircraft into major Pakistani cities because there's just lots of demand. Our approach into Karachi tonight first had us fly past the airport on downwind, followed by a 180-degree turn before landing on runway 25 left. We arrived in Karachi the morning of January 8th, 2022, exactly 6 years since the last time I left Pakistan on January 8th, 2016. This was the moment that for many years I had been waiting for, and words could not describe the happiness I felt when I finally saw the lights of Karachi appear below us. back in Pakistan, baby.
And the seatbelt sign is switched off. Please take care when opening the overhead overhead compartment and ensure that you have been our pressure taking care of you today. Qatar Airways going to assist together. Ladies and gentlemen, you know.
Qatar Airways has been regarded many times as the world's best airline. Tonight's flight from Doha to Karachi was only 2 hours long, yet Qatar Airways still managed to deliver on their world-class service without issue. The Q Suite experience once again was absolutely amazing, and overall I think Qatar Airways are very deserving of their status as one of the best in the world. Thank you Qatar Airways for another amazing flight and for safely bringing me back to Pakistan after 6 years. Pakistan is a land full of surprises, and to my surprise, all passengers had to undergo a rapid COVID antigen test before proceeding to immigration. Nobody told us about this, so I'm not sure if this is something random or if all international arriving passengers have to go through this. We were some of the first people off the plane, so thankfully within 5 minutes our results came back negative and we were off to immigration, which took another few minutes. This was the fastest arrival process I've ever had in Pakistan, and we arrived so early in fact that my uncles hadn't even left the house yet to come pick us up from the airport. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and comment with any feedback. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more upcoming videos from this amazing trip to Pakistan. But that's all for today, folks. Take care and Allah Hafiz.